Let me give you a number, 40%. That is the average increase in total annual RV operating costs since 2021, according to combined data from the RV Industry Association, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and independent campground pricing surveys. Not the sticker price of the unit, not the loan rate, the cost to run the thing you already bought, fuel, insurance, campsite fees, maintenance, parts, dealer labor, storage. Every single cost center in the RV lifestyle has been systematically repriced upward, some by 20%, some by 60%, some by more. And the industry has been remarkably quiet about it. The dealers want you to keep buying. The campground chains want you to keep booking. The insurance carriers want you to keep auto-renewing without reading the fine print. Nobody in this ecosystem has any financial interest in telling you the truth about what it actually costs to keep an RV on the road in 2025 and 2026. That is what we do here. We are going to audit 7 specific cost categories that have turned the RV lifestyle from an affordable alternative into an expense profile that rivals a second mortgage. And we are going to show you exactly who is responsible for each one. Smash that subscribe button because we are about to save you from some seriously expensive mistakes. And stay until the end because the 7th cost driver is the one that is accelerating the fastest. And almost nobody is talking about it yet. Cost driver 1, diesel and gasoline. The baseline betrayal. Let us start with the one everybody already feels, but nobody has fully quantified. The average diesel price in the United States hit $4.17 per gallon in 2022 and has not meaningfully retreated since. In California, the Pacific Northwest, and the Northeast Corridor, 3 of the most heavily traveled RV regions in the country, diesel has been running between $4.50 and $5.30 for the better part of 3 years. Here's the thing, when the RV boom of 2020 and 2021 hit, fuel was averaging around $2.30 per gallon nationally. The lifestyle math that millions of Americans use to justify buying a diesel pusher or a diesel fifth wheel was built on that baseline. They ran the numbers at $2.50 a gallon and it penciled out. They are now running on $4.50 a gallon and watching that math disintegrate in real time. A Class A diesel pusher averaging 7 miles per gallon, driven 15,000 miles per year, burns through roughly 2,143 gallons annually. At $2.30, that is $4,900 in annual fuel costs. At $4.50, that is $9,600. Translation, the same trip that cost you $5,000 to fuel in 2021 costs you nearly $10,000 today, and you have not changed a single thing about how you travel. That is not inflation. That is a structural repricing of the lifestyle itself. And the dealers who sold you on the dream in 2021 were doing the math at 2021 prices. Nobody handed you a revised spreadsheet when the commodity market shifted. Cost driver 2, RV insurance, the quiet reclassification scam. Most RV owners renew their insurance policy every year by clicking accept on an auto renewal email without reading a single line of the updated terms. The insurance industry is counting on exactly that behavior. Here is what has happened to RV insurance since 2022. Carriers across the board, Progressive, National General, Good Sam, Foremost, have been quietly reclassifying RV risk categories upward based on catastrophic loss data from the 2020 hurricane seasons, wildfire claims in the western states, and hailstorm damage patterns across the plains. The actuarial tables changed. Your premium followed. You just did not notice because the increase was spread across 3 annual renewals rather than appearing as one shocking number. The data is not subtle. The Insurance Information Institute reports that RV-specific insurance premiums increased an average of 31% between 2021 and 2024 for Class A and Class C motorhomes. Towable coverage increased an average of 22% over the same period. Full-timer endorsements, the add-on that actually protects you if you live in your rig, increased by as much as 45% at some carriers. Translation, if you were paying $1,200 a year for comprehensive RV coverage in 2021 and you have not shopped your policy since, you're almost certainly now paying somewhere between $1,500 and $1,700 for equivalent coverage. And in high-risk states like Florida, Texas, and Colorado, the number is likely higher. The scam is not that premiums went up. Risk-adjusted pricing is legitimate. The scam is that carriers are banking on inertia. They are betting that you will not take the 45 minutes required to get 3 competitive quotes. And for the majority of RV owners, that bet is paying off handsomely for them. Cost driver 3, campground and RV park fees, the private equity extraction play. And if you are finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Now let us talk about where you actually park the thing, because this is the cost driver that has blindsided the most people, and it is the one with the least obvious exit ramp. In 2019, the average nightly rate at a full hookup RV site in the United States was $35. By 2024, that average had climbed to $58 per night. In premium destinations, Florida's Gulf Coast, the California coast, the Smoky Mountains, Colorado mountain communities, nightly rates for a full hookup site now routinely run between $90 and $140 per night. Here's the thing about why this happened, and it is not complicated. Private equity discovered the campground sector, Sun Communities, Equity Lifestyle Properties, and Thousand Trails, 3 publicly traded REITs, now control over 1,000 campgrounds and RV parks across the country. These are not family-owned operations running on a handshake economy. These are institutional investors with fiduciary obligations to shareholders, executing systematic fee extraction across a captive audience of RV owners who have limited alternatives in any given geography. The model is textbook. Acquire the campground at a distressed or legacy valuation, implement dynamic pricing algorithms identical to airline seat pricing, and raise baseline rates to market clearing levels. A campground that sold for $2 million in 2018 is now valued at 8 to 12 million based on cash flow multiples, and every rate increase is both a revenue driver and a valuation multiplier. Translation: you are not paying camping fees anymore. You are paying rent to a real estate investment trust, and your alternative is to sleep in a Walmart parking lot for a full-timer running 365 nights per year. The shift from a $35 average to a $58 average represents an additional $8,395 in annual campground cost, on top of fuel, on top of insurance. The math is held together by hope and self-tapping screws, and the structure is cracking. Cost driver 4, parts and components, the supply chain hangover that never left. The narrative in 2023 was that supply chain disruptions were temporary. The chip shortage would resolve. The manufacturing backlogs would clear. Component pricing would normalize. That narrative was wrong. RV-specific components, slide-out motors, inverter charger systems, hydraulic leveling components, proprietary control boards, are manufactured in a remarkably concentrated supplier ecosystem. Lippert Components controls an estimated 80% of the RV slide-out and leveling market. Dometic and Norcold split the majority of the RV refrigeration market. Atwood, now owned by Dometic, dominates water heaters. When you have a monopoly or duopoly in a component category serving a captive audience, you have permanent pricing power, regardless of what the supply chain is doing. Here is what the data shows. The producer price index for RV parts and accessories increased 26% between January 2021 and December 2023. It has not meaningfully retreated. A Lippert slide-out motor that cost $280 at wholesale in 2020 ran $390 by 2023. A Dometic Penguin 2 air conditioning unit that retailed at $650 in 2019 now retails at over $950. The dealers are not absorbing these cost increases. They are passing them through and then marking them up. The standard dealer parts markup runs between 30 and 50% above wholesale costs. Add the labor rate, which we will get to next, and a repair that cost you $600 in 2019 is costing you $1,200 to $1,400 today. Not because the problem got harder to fix, because every component in the supply chain extracted its piece along the way. Cost driver 5, dealer service labor rates, the technician shortage tax. If this is already saving you from a headache, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss what is next. The average RV service technician hourly labor rate at a franchise dealership in the United States was $95 in 2020. It is now between $145 and $195 at most volume dealerships, and climbing. The underlying cause is real. The RV industry blew up during the pandemic buying frenzy, units flooded the market, and service departments that were already understaffed got buried under warranty claims on a new generation of poorly built units from a production system running at maximum speed with minimum quality control. Good technicians with the experience to diagnose complex electrical or slide-out issues have genuine leverage in the current market. The ones who know what they are doing can name their rate. But here's the thing, the dealer service service departments are not telling you. A significant portion of the work being billed at $175 per hour is being performed by technicians with less than 2 years of experience working under minimal supervision. The flat rate billing system, where jobs are billed at a predetermined hour estimate, regardless of actual time, means that an experienced tech who finishes in half the estimated time bills you for the full estimate. A slow or inexperienced tech who takes twice as long also bills you for the estimate. The house always wins. The RVIA certification program exists. Technicians who hold it have documented training and competency standards. It is not required by most states for RV service work. Translation: you may be paying a premium labor rate for someone whose primary qualification is that they showed up, and you have no practical way to verify otherwise before you hand over your keys. Cost driver 6. Storage costs, the land squeeze. Nobody predicted here is a cost center that barely registered on most RV owners' radar 5 years ago and is now running hundreds to thousands of dollars annually. The average monthly cost of covered RV storage in the United States increased 47% between 2020 and 2024. According to Storage 8 Market. Data. Uncovered lot storage increased 38% over the same period. In high population density markets, Southern California, the Bay Area, the Pacific Northwest, South Florida, covered RV storage now runs between $300 and $600 per month. Annually, that is $3,600 to $7,200 simply to park the unit when you are not using it. The driver is straightforward and structural. RVs got popular. Cities and municipalities already dealing with housing density pressures. Passed zoning ordinances restricting residential RV storage. HOA enforcement on driveway storage intensified. The universe of viable storage locations shrank exactly as the universe of RVs needing storage expanded. Basic supply and demand in a geographically constrained market produced exactly the price outcome you would expect. For the owner running a Class A or a large fifth wheel in a major metro area, storage has quietly become a fixed annual cost that rivals a car payment. And unlike fuel or insurance, there is no discount app, no membership arbitrage, and no alternative fuel strategy that touches it. You pay the market rate or you sell the rig. Cost driver 7, financing rate reset, the balloon that is just now landing. This is the one accelerating the fastest, and for a very specific cohort of RV owners, it represents a financial reckoning that is arriving right now in 2025 and 2026. Between 2020 and 2022, RV lenders issued a historically anomalous volume of loans at rates between 4 and 6% on terms of 10 to 20 years. Those loans were written in a zero interest rate policy environment that no longer exists. The buyers who stretched financially to get into a unit during the peak of the frenzy, the ones who took on $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 notes at 5% over 15 years, are now sitting on assets that have depreciated 20 to 35% from their 2021 peak valuations. Here's the thing that is just starting to surface. RV repossession rates increased 42% year over year in 2023, according to data from the American Financial Services Association. The units coming off repo are flooding the wholesale auction market, which is compressing the resale value of every comparable unit still owned by a private party. If you bought at peak and need to sell, you are looking at a gap between what you owe and what the unit will bring that in many cases runs between $20,000 and $60,000. Translation: you are not just paying more to run the rig. For a significant subset of owners, the rig itself has become a depreciating liability in a rising cost operating environment. Financed at a rate that made sense in a world that no longer exists. That is not a headache. That is a structural financial trap. And the dealers and manufacturers who fueled the 2021 frenzy are not losing a minute of sleep over it. Here is where we land. The 40% increase in RV operating costs is not a single villain. It is a convergence. Fuel repricing, insurance reclassification, private equity campground extraction, monopoly parts pricing, labor rate inflation, storage cost surge, and financing exposure, all arriving simultaneously in the operating budget of people who made their lifestyle decisions under a completely different cost environment. The industry will not tell you this. The RV dealer needs you optimistic enough to buy or trade up. The campground REIT needs you committed enough to keep booking. The insurance carrier needs you passive enough to auto-renew. The manufacturer needs you distracted enough by new model marketing to ignore the total cost of ownership math. Your action plan as an auditor. First, run your actual annual operating costs across all 7 categories right now with current numbers, not the numbers from when you bought. Second, shop your insurance policy competitively every single year without exception. Third, audit your campground spend against public land alternatives, BLM, national forest dispersed camping, and state park systems where nightly rates still run $12 to $28. Fourth, get a quote on independent RV service rather than defaulting to the dealer. Certified mobile technicians in most markets now bill at $80 to $120 per hour for the same work. Fifth, if you are in a negative equity position on your financing, get the number on paper before you decide to hold or sell. Knowing is always better than not knowing. The RV lifestyle is not broken, but the economics that surrounded it in 2020 were a historical anomaly. And anyone who sold you the dream without disclosing the total cost of ownership was either uninformed or dishonest. Stop shopping like a victim and start thinking like an auditor. Let me know in the comments which cost driver on this list surprised you the most. And if you want to make smarter choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I will see you in the next one.